allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The first item on our agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes. Commissioners, we have the May 17th commission minutes in front of us.
I see no changes.
I saw no changes. Great job on the minutes. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 2 is the presentation of Employee of the Month Award. Kellie Payne.
I'm not the employee of the month, but thank you. All right. Good afternoon. I am excited to announce our employee of the month for June. This employee is not a person who loves the spotlight, but definitely deserves the recognition. I have wanted to nominate Courtney Cox for a while, but honestly, I was afraid she was going to hurt me. So I wanted to start by saying she does a lot for the HR department, and I truly appreciate her and all of her hard work. We make a great team, the K&K Club, HR Dream Team. Hashtag, you're right. Courtney is one who doesn't stop working until she truly feels like her job is actually done. Sometimes I have to remind her to stop working. I admire her determination and dedication to not only Carbon County, but to the HR department. She has worked with several departments, but with IT to get the media room up and running, to produce some informational videos, and to get some information out to the community about different things that are happening. And she's also worked with our emergency services department and has attended the PIO training so that she can be a great resource for them and possibly help in any situation if needed. So what Courtney lacks in height, she actually makes up with her big ideas. With that being said, please hold.
Are you getting a step stool or?
Got her a step stool.
Yes.
Courtney, would you please join me? Your recognition. Here we can adjust this.
I was really surprised by this nomination, but I prepared a speech. I'm just kidding. You guys, honestly, this has been awesome. I have loved my year and a half so far with the county, and I'm gonna get off this.
We can still adjust that.
Truly, really, I appreciate everything, every opportunity you guys have given me. We have a lot of fun, but we get a lot of really good stuff done too. So it's been great. Thank you guys.
Keep your step stool.
Oh, okay. It's a gift.
It's a gift. Wait, Tracy wants your picture with your step stool. I'm just kidding. Do you want to have a step stool?
She's a good sport.
I'm glad that was a step stool and not a bedpan, so. Thank you for that. Appreciate it very much. And glad to have you on the team and the contributions you're making to the county, both you and Kellie, HR. It's been really good, so thank you. Item number 3 is presentation of the Super Service Award with Tina Grange.
Good thing I'm not competitive and I have to compete with what just took place. So it's fine. So the winner of our June Super Service Award, who was nominated by someone in the community and voted on by our hospitality team of employees, goes to Adriana Pay at Wingers. Adriana's the manager of Wingers. She is always going above and beyond. When she is working, she stops by all the tables to see how things are going, if the food is good, etc. She is a baseball tournament favorite, and if she knows it's your birthday or someone's birthday in your group, she'll make sure to bring out a yummy dessert to celebrate, and always for free. I usually call to see if she's working before I go in because the service she provides is above par. I love it when she is working. So congratulations to Adriana Pay. for your speech. So there's your certificate, and then you have gift cards in there for local restaurants. I didn't put wingers, even though their food is great. I thought maybe you'd want a break. You're welcome to say anything.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yes, congratulations and thank you.
We'll take it together. See how sweet she is. She brought cookies, she said.
All nice.
She's like, cookies for you. I love it. And I'll just stay up here because I think I'm next too.
Okay, item number 4 is review and possible approval for an agreement with the Helper Museum for a visitor digital kiosk.
Hello, Commissioners. Hi. So this was already, the recommendation was made in our tax advisory board meeting and approved by commission already. So the amount to spend is up to $5,000. This is a new pilot program for a carbon corridor visitor kiosk to go in high traffic area businesses in Carbon County. And so we have 2 agreements that are signed. Locations have been picked out for these 2 businesses. So one is for the Helper Museum. They're really excited to get a kiosk. Just a background for the public. Carbon County Tourism pays for the entire cost of the kiosk. Carbon County helps with the maintenance of the kiosk and programming and installation. And the business has to provide power and internet. So there's no other cost to the business. So we have one going to Helper Museum if approved, and one going to the National 9 Inn so far. I did receive feedback I finally got agreed by JB's, but not in time for commission meeting today. And then also Castle Country RV and Helper is also interested in having one. And then Shani and I are meeting with the new 9 Mile RV resort out in Wellington. I think that'd be a good destination too. But anyway, just those agreements.
Great. Well, we have just the Helper Museum on this line item, so
Oh, you do?
And the National 9, item number 5.
yeah.
Yeah, and those are the 2 that I have.
But
The other ones I don't have
I guess
for
we
you
can
yet.
combine them if we'd like. And
We can take
or
them
do one at a
separate either way.
time. So
However,
we'll do them separate if that's all right with you.
sure, you bet.
Okay. Anything else then, or
I don't think so, unless you have any questions about the program.
questions?
I would just like to say that it's a really IT worked with the tourism department and came up with a really functional program. It links to the cities. It has QR codes that you can scan with your phone so you can download maps and all that kind of stuff. It's really incredible what they've done, and it always just goes back to the main page, and you can tour different things throughout the page. It'll be really user friendly and very informative for those that use it. I'm excited about it. So
All touch screen too. So.
yep, all touch screen. So I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with Helper Museum for the digital kiosk.
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Quickly, we'll go to number 5 is review and possible approval for an agreement with the National 9 Hotel for a visitor digital kiosk. Tina Grange has already explained that to us, so I consider a motion.
I'll make the motion that we approve the agreement with National 9 Hotel for a visitor digital kiosk.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Item number 6 is consideration and possible approval of the Four Corners Behavioral Health Area Plan. Melissa Huntington.
Hello, Commissioners. How are you? Thanks for having us today. We, as some of you, actually all of you are aware, because I came into this last year, part of our statutory requirements for some of the funding that we receive is that we have our area plan approved by all 3 counties that we serve, and with Carbon County being our primary county. So we, the area plan is essentially kind of just an overview of what we plan to do for the next year, is what it has been. This year, there's a change to it in that they're making it a 3-year plan, which is great. It it's not that it won't get updated in between those 3 years. We will be using it as kind of like a living document, but it will only have to be approved once every 3 years, and that fits within federal requirements for the office. So that works, and that's what they've moved it to this year. So the plan that was emailed to you will be for the year 2024 through 2026. And again, like I stated, anytime that we have changes with our, like anything that we will add or discontinue with our services, that will be added live, like in real time. And that can be viewed by anyone publicly through the Office of Substance Abuse and Mental Health website. So like our area plan at any time. So, and just kind of like some significant differences from last year. We're doing the same, attempting to do the same quality services we always do. And we're also going to be hopefully finally opening our crisis receiving center. So we were hoping to have that open already, but the weather had other ideas for us this year and made it really difficult to remodel a building that we needed to move our existing staff into so that we could open our receiving center. But we are in the bidding out stages of that. So that's getting really close and exciting. That's a lot of what the changes were, is just talking about what that looks like and how that will be implemented staff-wise and within the community. So unless you guys had any other questions on the area plan that was sent to you.
I don't have any questions, just to comment. I know that because you receive federal and state funds, there's a lot of requirements and audits that Four Corners deals with all the time, and it's a pleasure to serve on the board there and watch as things happen, and the passion that the employees have for the people in the area. And it's unfortunate that there's so many regulations that dictate each move that you make. Sometimes people are critical because they don't understand your hands are tied in some instances. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great plan, and I don't have any questions. Just thanks for what you guys do.
Thank
You
you.
and your staff.
The regulations have not slowed us down yet. They are burdensome, but we will find a way around it so that we can continue to provide whatever the community needs. That's our main goal.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for all you do. I'll make a motion that we approve the Four Corners Behavioral Health Area Plan.
I second it.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Can I approach to have you sign
Sure.
this document?
We need all of our autographs.
I know. It's piece of that for compliance with this.
We probably need to copy that back to Seth or Lori. Okay.
Yep, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 7 is consideration and possible approval of the Octagon Tower Ford Ridge lease extension. Barry Horsley.
Commissioners, we briefly discussed this a couple of meetings ago, but Octagon has proposed a contract to extend their current lease out another 40 years in order for them to invest in infrastructure on their tower. I apologize for being late, but what I was finding out is that the market value that they've proposed is quite low. And so if you guys are in agreement of the other conditions of the agreement, I would suggest proposing that at a higher rate. I don't know if that can be approved without that rate being set or not, but that's what I'm finding out is nearly double of what they've proposed. So
I believe we can make a motion to approve subject to some negotiation, can't we?
So you could approve the idea of a lease extension. Under the current amendment, they have until, my calculation is 2046 already. So what they're asking for, I think, is to take it out to 2063. So it would actually be an additional 17 years over what they currently have. So the original lease started in 1986. It's been amended at least 3 times. The last amendment was in 2018. And that gave them until 2046. So I think they just want an additional 17 years, but I'm happy. It's a long time in the future, and so to negotiate the lease, I think would be an excellent idea.
Didn't they offer a lump sum? They gave 3 options, is that correct?
Correct, and I think with the guidance of Seth at the last meeting, it'd be more better interest in the county to do the monthly or the annually, either one. So,
And you're saying that the amount that they have put forward in the best of the 3 options is half of what it should be?
yeah. So their monthly and annual rate is approximately half of what market looks like right now. So,
Okay. Any other questions, comments?
I don't have any questions. I think there's no problem with a long-term lease. We just need to ensure that the rate's adequate. And I imagine the contract isn't an issue. It's just the amount for the lease per year or month. It's written by the month, but
yeah.
so I'd be fine moving forward with it. Negotiate a price.
I'll second that if that was a motion.
I'll make the motion that we approve the Octagon Tower Ford Ridge lease extension with the option that we're going to negotiate the amount through you and Lynn, the attorney's office, and approved by us before we sign that.
Okay. Motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barry. The next item on the agenda is review and possible adoption of ordinance number 568, a change to the Carbon County zoning district map from I-1 to RR 2.5, located on portions of parcel 2-1274-1 at 4192 East Airport Road for the Desert Thunder Foundation.
I can take this one and do some explanation. There is a parcel of property out near the airport on Airport Road that was originally built by, I believe, Terra Gold was the name of the company. They subdivided, did some work on the water system out there, required them to move the water tank further to the north to give more elevation. And they did that work. Since then, they have closed their operation, and the property has been purchased by Desert Thunder Raceway Group, and they want to build a home on that site. And so last night in Planning Commission meeting, they approached the Planning Commission for the recommendation to change the zone from industrial to a residential zone, so the home could legally be put there. And a question was raised by Jeff Richens from Price River Water Improvement District about the volume of water available at the home, or the site there where the home would be built, and that it may not meet the current state statute as far as fire protection. There is a fire hydrant right in front of the property, but the amount of water that might be available out of that fire hydrant is less than what the state requires. currently for new development. And so some questions were asked last night, but Scott Bruno, and he's here tonight, and in the absence of Todd Thorne, our county planner, he is out of town. And so it's been recommended by Todd that the Planning Commission approve the zone change. And the recommendation from the Planning Commission last night was that we approve the zone change. And the question about the fire flow was discussed in quite detail last night, including with the owners of the property. And last night, the thought came from that discussion is that the owners now are aware that there is potentially a shortage of water in the case of a fire for the home. And they're comfortable with that. And Todd is comfortable with that. And Scott Bruno, who sits on that committee or our board last night, had give us some information that I think will help tonight. And the big one is from the International Fire Code, Chapter 5. There's actually a new section in there, 507.1.1, and it says that isolated 1 and 2 family dwellings is added as follows. Fire flow may be reduced for an isolated 1 and 2 family dwelling when the authority having jurisdiction over the dwelling determines that the development of a full fire flow requirement is impractical. And so in this case, that's really what we find, is that it would be very impractical for the owners now of the property to do an awful lot of work to the water system to increase the flow to meet the new standards. So we should be able to approve this with the understanding of the owners that there may be a fire at some point, and the fire department can show up and they may not have quite enough water to fight the fire. But the owners were comfortable with that last night. So any questions?
There was another comment made as well, as far as there were 3 named people on the foundation as well. Just wanted to make sure that all 3 were in agreement that this letter was sent. So that was acknowledged. Were there any other concerns that hadn't been addressed? Okay.
Yeah, so I think, for moving forward, this is not an open door for everybody out in the county who doesn't quite have enough fire flow to develop a subdivision and expect that this rule could apply to them, because it doesn't. So new development, it's a whole new story. And anyone who's going to do a subdivision is going to be required to install enough water system to ensure that the fire flow meets those requirements. So if there's no other comments, I'll make the recommendation, or I'll make a motion that we approve adopting ordinance 568 to change the Carbon County zoning district map from I-1 to RR2, RR-2.5, located on parcel 2-1274-1 on Airport Road.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 9 is the consideration and possible approval of amendments to the assessor's role.
I'll make a motion that we table that. I don't think we're quite ready to handle that item yet.
Okay, motion.
I'll second.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item's been tabled. I'll get with Jeannie and we'll add that to a future agenda. Item number 10 is consideration and possible approval of a new school board member,
Not school.
or new board member, excuse me, to the Carbon County Recreation Transportation Special Service District and Local Building Authority.
Commissioners, I can take this one. Recently, Ralph Hardman, who served on that board, passed away, leaving a vacancy. it looks as if we only have one application or one person that has applied for the board. That's Wendy Berryman. She previously served on the board until we reduced the size of the board, and she was one of the seats that was reduced. She's applied to serve again. I believe she did a great job, and seeing that there's no other applicants, I would recommend that we appoint her to the Recreation Transportation Special Service District Board.
I'll second if that was a motion.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 11 is consideration and possible approval of the 2023 tax sale. Seth, would you like to?
Yeah,
to that?
commissioners, each year in May, we have the May tax sale. This is for parcels in the county that are 5 years behind in property tax payments. And we take a lot of time and effort to make phone calls, send out letters, certified letters, do anything that we can to resolve these before it comes to a tax sale. And generally we clear up about 60 to 80% of the ones that are originally on the list. You have a list before you which shows those that were bid on and sold at our most recent May tax sale. Each of the parcels were sold, save one on that first page that was essentially a railroad right-of-way. There wasn't a lot of land there, so that one will be struck to the county. Just so the public's aware, when we sell properties at the tax sale, there's generally about $400 in administrative fees related to paperwork and mailings and title searches. And then there's the minimum bid, which includes that and any owing taxes. As soon as that is resolved with the proceeds of the sale, then the rest of whatever's left over from the sale proceeds, we send up to the state to unclaimed property, and those who have interest in the parcel or the remaining proceeds can apply to those from the state treasurer. I think that's all we wanted to list there or mention there. But you can see the parcels there, what they sold for. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
No questions.
All right. Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the 2023 tax sale.
I'll second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thanks for coming.